Oh, Mummy, look at all our lemons. Can we try a new recipe, please? Oh, yes. How about something sweet this time?
That's a wonderful idea. Yes, I think we need to try a new lemon recipe, or maybe one that Miss Carr's tried before, and I know it works really nicely. We've got these amazing, lovely lemons from Avia and some from our tree as well. So I think I've got an idea for a recipe. Let's make some lemon curd. How does that sound? Okay, we're going to make some lemon curd. So we need 4 lemons and we are going to choose our lemons now. Right, let's choose. Lucy, which one would you like? You want Avia's lovely one. Oh, that lovely rough skin one. They have such amazing flavor. Thank you. Yes, I think that's a very good choice. Tefnut, which one would you like? Right, you sit there, Luce. See which one you want next. Right, Tefnut, which one would you like? Oh, you also want that one. That's also from Avia's tree. It is also lovely, rough-skinned one. Lovely. Right, there were some other ones from Avia's tree as well. They were smooth-skinned ones. So that was a different tree, wasn't it? So those have got mixed up with ours, so we can't really tell the difference. So I'm going to choose this one. That's quite a big one from one of our trees. I'm not sure which one. So we've got 3, and let's choose another big one. Let's choose, I think, this one's the next biggest one. What do you think? Hey? Yes, I think that's right. Okay, so now we're going to get squeezing, but before we do that, we're going to grate off some of the rind so that we've got the lovely zesty flavor and a little bit of texture that we're going to use in our lemon curd. Yes. Now, when we grate our rind for our lemon, we use this one. Okay, sort of the medium grating, not the very fine one, and not the big one, the middle-sized one. All right, and we're just going to go like that. Can you see? There we go. And just grate it all the way around. Just like that. See? Get a lovely smell. You can smell that lemon. Hey, it's lovely. And you get this lovely rind, which will give it a little bit of extra texture. It means you'll feel it in there. So if you don't like rough bits, if you prefer your lemon curd just smooth, then you might not like too much of this in it. Or you might just actually prefer to put it on the fine one and just get some of that lovely juice from the skin out of it. Okay, I can bring it closer to you, sweets. Here we go. Yes, hold it, hold it. Thank you, my Lulu. Thank you, sweetheart. Your turn to have scum. No, man. Oh, of course. Of course. You hold it with this hand and we turn it around. Turn it around. Turn it around. There we go. Thank you, my boy. There you go. You sit back there with Lulu. Okay, so all our zest, look at all of that. It's all done. We took it nicely out of the grater. And now it's time to squeeze these lemons. I usually cut them onto a plate so that any of the extra juice when you cut it doesn't spill everywhere. Sometimes if you cut it on a cutting board, that juice overflows over the edge if they're very nice juicy lemons. So I'm using my favorite knife. I can use a serrated one for this because the lemons are not going to make me cry like onions do. Oh, look at that. lovely, lovely, lovely lemon. We're using our squeezy squeezer. You might have an electric one, which would make it go a lot quicker. But this is really good exercise for those wrists and pressing down nice and strong. Okay, so we're going to get squeezing. There we go. Yes. Come, Tess, your turn. Thank you. Right, as your juice squeezy container gets full, you're going to have to pour it out so that you can squeeze some more. Now, when you do squeezing your own lemons, look at all those bits of lemon particle that get left. That's delicious. Now, if you don't like too much texture, then you're going to have to strain those out. Okay, but one thing, even if you do like a bit of texture in your lemon curd, you are going to have to strain out the pips, because if you leave those in, you don't want to bite into one of those with your lemon curd on your nice toast or on your cake or whatever you're having it with, because they're bitter. See, I'm just using a spoon to just block the spout so that the pips stay behind, and then I'm pouring the juice into a glass. Most of my pips have been left behind. Can you see them there? There they are, this side, yeah. Right, now what we need for our lemon curd is our lemon juice, which we've got, our lemon zest, which we have, and we need 100 grams of butter, and we need 4 eggs, and we need 200 grams of sugar. Okay, it calls for caster sugar. We've got brown sugar. We're using brown sugar. Okay, we'll see how it works out. We cook this on the stove, but we cook it over some water, simmering water. We need to get the right sized pot. Now there, we're using this pot and this bowl. You need a bowl that is heat proof. That means it can get warm, it's not going to melt, okay, or crack. So we can put that over there. It mustn't touch the bottom of your pot, okay? So if you have a look, when we put this bowl in this pot, it's not going to touch the bottom. So before it goes on the stove, we are going to put in our sugar, our butter, our lemon juice, and our lemon zest. Okay, so in goes the sugar, 200 grams. So that is, which is more than half, but not yet full. Okay, so it's about, on our cup, it's about up to here. Okay, so we happy? Yes, we are happy. There we go. And in it goes into our bowl, and our lemon zest goes in, all of that. We like a lot of it. Okay, and our lemon juice, all that lovely lemon juice. We might even add a little bit more later. We'll see. And then the butter. What we do with the butter is that we are going to cube it. That means you just cut it into little blocks, because blocks are cubes. They've got squares on every side, six sides, and they're all square. That's a cube. So we are going to try and make ours into cubes. You don't have to measure though, just more or less cubes. You cut it into smaller blocks so that when it goes on the stove, it's going to all melt. And if it's in nice small blocks, it's going to melt much quicker. Yes, it won't take as long as if you put a whole big block. And then your sugar's getting burnt and your butter's taking forever to melt. Not a good idea. Right, so there we go. Our bowl is ready. You can see it's got all those ingredients in it. The sugar, the lemon juice, and the butter. And we are going to now pour the water into our pot. It's boiled in the kettle, and we're going to put it on the stove and let it simmer and melt all that nicely together. Okay, let's get going. Remember, the water mustn't touch the bottom of the bowl. The steam must be melting it. That looks like it's going to be perfect. Onto the stove. Now, while that's busy on the stove, we are going to quickly whisk together these eggs. Now, you'll see Tefnut's not here. He's busy keeping an eye and stirring while that's simmering so it doesn't, so it all melts together nicely. Now remember, always when you're in the kitchen, you need to have an adult with you. I'm keeping my eye on him so that he is safe and he doesn't get burnt. Hey Tefnut. Yes, Mummy. Yes, I'm fine and I'm stirring away. Yes, I can see that. So, there we go. We need 3 eggs. 1, 2, let's count them, Lucy. 1, 2, and 3. So why is there another one? Well, we need 3 whole eggs, and the last one we need just the yolk. Okay, because the yolk part of the egg is the part that sort of sets the lemon curd a little bit, so it keeps it nice and thick, so it isn't too runny when it's actually finished and it's made. So that's why you add an extra yolk. Okay, so let's crack those in. Just the yolk. So the egg white, I will need to put it into a little bowl. Let me just pop it into here. So we just separate that like this. Here we go. Into that side of the egg. That's how you do it. See, the egg shell makes like a little cup. And there you go, that bit. Egg yolk. In it goes to our bowl here. Okay, that's that. Lucy's going to help me with this. You doing okay, Tefnut? Yes, great. Okay, so Lucy, you're going to whisk this for me. Okay, right, there we go. Hold the bowl. There we go. And we're whisking. Yeah, shall we go see how Tefnut's doing? Yes, let's go. So, how have you been doing, Tefnut? Okay. Yes, you've been stirring it away. I can hear it simmering. Can you hear it? Yes, it's been simmering. You can see it is melting. Can you see all that butter? Those blobs, those little cubes of butter, they all melting nicely. Can you see that? Yes, there we go. Oh, yes, they're all melted now. Nice. Can you see the steam on the side from the water underneath? Yes, gently melting it. And now the eggs need to go in. Right, the eggs are going to go in now. We're going to stir them in and we're going to whisk them a little bit too. Yes, my 2 inspectors are here checking that everything's getting done nicely. Hey, right. What's going to happen is those eggs are going to start to cook and they're going to thicken the lemon curd. Okay, so you cook it for about 10 to 15 minutes and you just stir it gently. And when it starts to thicken and coat your spoon, that's when it's ready and you take it off the heat and you let it cool. It's getting nice and thick now. We're going to have a little taste each. Okay, here we go. Here we go, Lucy. And because it's not boiling, it's not too hot. You don't have to wait like with the fudge for it to cool down before you taste it. You can taste it almost straight away. Okay, but we'll wait a little bit. So here we go. Here we go, Lucy. Nice and lemony. Tefnut. Here you go. Nice and lemony. Miss Carr's going to have a taste. Yes, and it's perfect. You can taste it straight away. It doesn't need to cool because of the way that we are cooking it. Oh, nice now. And it's getting to nice thickness, still a little bit more. It's been cooking for nearly 10 minutes. So we'll give it a few more, just a couple more minutes. Hey, it's nice and thick now. And look at the back of my spoon. It's coating it. It's not just liquid that's pouring off. It's actually making a nice coat on the spoon. So that is what we want. That's perfect. My bowl I'm going to put here, and we just stir it a little bit and we let it cool down, and occasionally, that means every now and again, we're going to give it a stir, because otherwise as it cools it gets a skin on top, like a sort of rubbery layer. We don't want that, because then when you do stir it, it's going to have lumps. So every now and again you just come and you give it a little stir and you feel as it cools. Oh, it's warm now. So Miss Carr likes to always find a way to cool things a little bit quicker, but we don't want it to cool, whoa, like that. We need to cool it, but I am putting it onto a cooling rack. There you can see, so that the air can get underneath and cool it a little bit quicker. So that's a little bit of a trick. Okay, but you don't need to put it in any ice or anything like that. No, because that'll be too quick. So you just gently, because it's sort of cooking even a little bit more, getting nice and thick. So you just every now and again come and give it a little stir, give it some time to cool, the air underneath. And while that's cooling, you can get your bottles ready. Now you need to use sterilized bottles. That means, it's just a fancy word for saying very clean. So you get all the germs out, you can wash them with super hot water. Ask mom or dad to do that for you because it's boiling. Okay, and soapy water, clean it out nicely. And then it's ready. When it's cool, it's ready for you to spoon or pour in the lemon curd, and then you can put it in the fridge and take it out whenever you want it. Lovely on toast, lovely on cakes, lovely with biscuits. Delicious. So let's let cool that. Now we put our goodie over so that we don't get nunus in there, because the nunus will really think, oh, we want to eat this deliciousness.
All done. Yummy!